Hello students, now let's discuss about the Mullerian agenesis. Mullerian agenesis is also known as Meyer, Rokitansky, Custer, Hauser syndrome. Simply MRKH syndrome. Mullerian agenesis is also known as Meyer, Rokitansky, Custer, Hauser syndrome. So what exactly is Mullerian agenesis? Mullerian agenesis is a complete failure in the development of Mullerian ducts. MRKH syndrome is complete failure in development of Mullerian ducts. Okay, so what happens? Usually we know that Mullerian ducts, they will fuse and they will form the female reproductive organs. Mullerian duct forms what? Mullerian duct forms the fallopian tubes, a uterus, a cervix and upper two-third of vagina. All these structures, they are taking their origin from the Mullerian ducts. If there is no Mullerian duct development, there is no development of fallopian tubes, no uterine development, no cervix development and no vaginal development. So, how a female presents to the clinic with the Mullerian agenesis? A female with Mullerian agenesis, how she is going to present to our clinic? Now, her chief complaint is primary amenorrhea. The chief complaint of the female who is having this MRKH syndrome is a primary amenorrhea. Okay, she's going to present to our clinic and she will be by the time she will be already 15 to 16 years of age, and she is going to say that, doctor, I am having this problem. I am not having my menses. Okay, I am already 16 years. I am not getting my menses. Now, what I will be doing? I will be doing the physical examination. On physical examination, she is having a proper breast development according to the age. Proper breast development is there. Axillary hair is there. Pubic hair is there. Which means there is normal secondary sexual characters. The secondary sexual characters in this female are absolutely normal. Why? Why the secondary sexual characters are normal? Why she is having her breast development? Why? Because breast development is due to estrogens. We know that estrogens are produced from the ovaries. Guys, remember, ovaries in a female are not developed from the Mullerian ducts. Ovaries in a female, they are taking their origin from genital ridge. Okay, so in Mullerian agenesis, ovaries are absolutely normal. Ovaries are producing the estrogens, so breast development is normal. Because of the production of androgens from the theca cells, even secondary sexual characters like pubic hair development and axillary hair development, that's also normal. Now, she is having primary amenorrhea. Why she is having primary amenorrhea? Why? Because there is no uterus. If there is no uterus, how can she menstruate? Now, I have done my physical examination. On the physical examination, the secondary sexual characters are absolutely normal. On rectal examination, I am not going to do the vaginal examination, I am doing my rectal examination. Okay, in a female of that age, I shouldn't be doing the vaginal examination, I am doing the rectal examination. On rectal examination, I found out that vagina is looking like a blind pouch. Okay, vagina is just looking like a blind pouch. Why, guys? Why? Because there is no Mullerian duct. If there is no Mullerian duct, the upper two-third of the vagina is not formed. But the lower one-third of the vagina is absolutely normal. Why? The lower one-third of the vagina is derived from urogenital sinus. So vagina is just looking like a blind pouch. So now I ordered ultrasonography. I just got out and I asked the female to go and do the ultrasonography. Now in the ultrasonography, in the report, it's given that uterus is absent, cervix absent, vagina, okay, vagina especially the upper two-third of the vagina absent, fallopian tubes, okay, absent, okay. Now what about the ovaries? Ovaries are normal. The diagnosis is confirmed that she is having Mullerian agenesis, complete failure of the development of the Mullerian duct. So, how you are going to treat this female? What the treatment modality is available? Guys, is she is going to menstruate in her life? No, not possible. Why? Because there is no uterus. So, what can we do to this female? Now, her vagina is just looking like a blind pouch. Okay, just looking like a blind pouch. Now, if she marries, what happens? Now, if this female marries, there might be a problem with the intercourse. Okay, intercourse is becoming a problematic. Why? Because the vagina is blind pouch. Now, what we can do here? We can do vaginoplasty. Okay, now to treat this blind pouch, what we are doing? We are doing the vaginoplasty so that intercourse is not going to be hampered. What else we can do here? Guys, can she become pregnant in her life? No, it's not possible. She is not able to become pregnant. No pregnancy. No pregnancy. Why? Why? Because there is no uterus. Okay, there is no uterus. My question is, can she become mother? Biological mother? Can she become? Can she become biological mother? Is it possible? Yes, absolutely possible. How? Why? Because her ovaries normal. Her ovaries are normal. If her ovaries are normal, they are producing the ova. So we are going to collect the ova from the ovaries. Now this ova are going to be fertilized by the sperms, okay, from her husband. Now this product, this embryo will be implanted in the surrogate mother so that she can become a biological mother, but she cannot have the baby in her own uterus. Why? Because there is no uterus. Okay, she cannot get the pregnancy, but she can become the biological mother. Now, what else are the important points we need to keep in mind regarding Mullerian agenesis? Associations. Okay, what are the associations? Guys, here in this embryo, the Mullerian ducts are not properly forming. If Mullerian ducts are not properly forming, there is also a chance that the other important embryological structures they are also not properly developing. So, renal abnormalities are associated. Okay, renal anomalies. Okay, renal anomalies are usually associated with the MRKH syndrome. Renal anomalies like renal agenesis. Okay, so renal agenesis is associated, and other renal abnormalities like horseshoe kidney. Okay, horseshoe kidney, renal agenesis, these are possible associations with the MRKH syndrome. Now, other associations: skeletal abnormalities. Okay, skeletal abnormalities can be seen in these female. And cardiac abnormalities. Okay, so in these female who is having MRKH syndrome, she can have these associations like renal anomalies, skeletal anomalies, and cardiac anomalies. Okay guys, the topic is completed.